you need to call in. I know you have a question. You have a question for either me or Miss Hatch. Don't be afraid. You call in, you ask us a question about what's Providence St. Mel about, and like Miss Hatch said, we're not trying to hide anything. You call in, just like this caller right here. Thank you for calling, caller. Good evening. What can we do for you today?
Yes, I was calling in regards to the school, Providence St. Mel. My son attended that school once upon a time, and I don't know if it's still the same or if you guys are still operating the same.
When did your son attend?
My son attended Providence St. Mel. I want to say he's 19 years old now, so I want to say he was in the kindergarten, I think, through the 3rd grade.
Oh, okay.
Providence St. Mel.
Oh, yeah. And this was how many years ago?
This was probably about, I don't know, maybe 9, 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's similar.
Yes.
You know, we always try. I'm sorry, go ahead, ma'am.
That he attended the school. So I was just wondering, because you know what, I'm going to be very honest with you, our experience was not great at Providence St. Mel. Actually, I pulled him out. But let me say this, his kindergarten teacher, Ms. Hanson, was the best teacher on the planet at Providence St. Mel. Once he left Ms. Hanson's classroom, it went downhill.
Oh.
He, in the 3rd grade is when I actually pulled him out in October of that year, because I just was not pleased. He had a teacher by the name of Miss Glenn. And I tried and was not really getting any support. But so our experience overall was not that great at Providence St. Mel, and that was just really unfortunate.
Where is your son?
I'm wondering if it's changed at all.
Where is your son now?
He's a sophomore at Morehouse College.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, you know, all I can say is, if he's in college now, sometimes things work out for the best. You know, maybe Providence St. Mel is not for everyone. Maybe the experience that your son had was not altogether great. We thank God that we had some type of contribution in his life for him to get to Morehouse. Certainly, we wish we could have kept him throughout his entire experience, through grade school, through middle school, and through high school. We're thankful for that, and we're sorry that things didn't work out as well as we would have hoped.
Okay.
But
well,
yeah, we tried to grow.
I never was down on the school. I just wish you guys the best. It's unfortunate, like you said, it didn't work out with us.
Yeah, yeah, but we're happy that he's attending Morehouse.
Wonderful.
Hopefully he's doing real well.
Wonderful.
Hopefully he's doing real well.
He's at Morehouse, and yes, he is doing well. I'm very proud of him.
Well, we are too.
As you should be. As you should be.
Well, thank you for calling. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
All right, now. All right, so let's talk about. I have some other things to say. If you don't have anything else to say about open house, I want to end the show, because the show, we only have 25 minutes. I want to say that the thing that I'm learning as a teacher, I'm a math teacher, and if we as teachers can establish a level of trust where my students trust me and they know that I have their best interest at heart. My students know that I want them to do, when they do well, I'm happier than they are. My students know that. And if I can convey that type of trust to my students can learn anything I teach them. I honestly believe that. Anything that I know, I can teach it to my students. So that said, with that trust level established and the confidence that I have in my students, I believe that the environment at Providence St. Mel is such that there is a freedom of communication where, again, anything that I know, and praise God, I know a lot, anything that I know, I can communicate it to my students. And with that spirit, that climate of expectation, that expectation where we expect our students to do well regardless of where they come in, regardless of their ability level. If you're struggling in math, that's okay, we'll work with you. Or English, if you're struggling with English, we'll work with you. If you have trouble reading, we'll work with you. If you have issues with your timetables, we'll work with you. With that mentality, and on top of that expectation that, like Mr. Adams says, you can and you will learn. Well, this is a wonderful place where we can put our students in an environment We can put our students in an environment where it's conducive for learning. And when you produce an environment where it's conducive for learning, and the environment is such where the expectation is where we want a whole child, we want the child to be holistic, both in education and character, integrity, all these things, where they follow that mission statement. At Providence St. Mel, we believe in the creation of inspired lives and produced by the miracle of hard work. And I don't have time to go through the rest of it. But when we preach these things and create an environment where these things are actualized, we can produce some students who can change the world.
I just want to add one thing with that. I go out to a lot of schools.
In 20 seconds. Add one thing in 20 seconds.
A lot of schools, and Mr. Hendricks said something that is vital. We have an environment where learning is conducive. There is security in our school. There is safety, and children must have that in order to excel.
Ms. Hatch, I am so happy you came. We only have a couple of seconds, but God bless you. Thank you for watching. And Chicago students can dominate. Have a good evening.